Monday and Saturday. At least that's what it currently is set at. Okay. So what I want to do, I want to showcase the stuff. Because what we want to do first is I kind of want to do a pseudo, like, not really a tier list, but we want to rate the items and the skins. Now I already have all the stuff because as soon as the update dropped, I logged on immediately and went to town. So like if you all have questions about getting the unlocks, we can certainly walk through it. And like, I can show you all what the stuff is on an alternate save, I guess. Or at least the updated lore rooms. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll at least go through each lore room. And then, yeah, I always say I'm not supposed to do stuff offline, but we have a schedule to maintain. So I'm not as lucky. Get this in here. Let me save this. What I think I'll do, let's take a look at the lore rooms first. One save slot. I want to say save slot 3 is my untouched one. So I'm going to copy that to save slot 1. Streaming's hard, by the way. Imagine having to maintain 8 save files. Okay, then we do one of these. Hook it up, hook it up. I think we also have to turn off... Okay, that's fine. Send this in. Dead Cells new multiverse? We're gonna have Smash Brothers in Dead Cells soon. What's the weapon after the new ones? Was that Panchaku? It did look kind of weird that it was like lock, and then like nothing. I mean, and then something. I think it may have been Panchaku. Okay. I should probably go to 0 BC as well. Make it nice and simple. Now, I'm not gonna outright spoil what the skin unlocks are, but they are nowhere near as difficult as they were last time. That's why I was able to do it this morning. But let's take a look at what each one is. No explanation here, just a large picture of a knight clad in blue plates with horns and a title Shovel Knight. His shovel is especially visible. Looks like a reproduction of a painting. So a lot of keywords there. Again, I'm not gonna point out what the keywords are, but what I will say is the next YouTube vid going up will have the unlocks in it. On this Hotline Miami page, I can read knock knock, who's the bonk bonk. That's a... You can't like double tap it. It has a delay to it. Well, lousy joke. Next one, a report titled Katana Zero. They said that the dragon, or 15, as he was called in his unit, was able to slash through his enemies with his katana without getting hit. Was his name really Katana? I mean, was his name Katana Zero? No. Was his name really 15? I didn't actually beat the game. I think I'm close. I probably have like 8 hours in the game, but I never beat it. It says here under the title Risk of Rain that the surface of something is dotted with strange shrines. Adventurers pray them in the hope of getting loot from them. Good idea. I'll try that if I find one. Holy crap. I thought it was a translation issue, but it's a I can't read issue. His name was 15? Nice, nice. Attention Terraria adventurers. That's me. I'm a Terraria now. You must sacrifice the guide voodoo doll in the magma to summon the wall of flesh. Is that a real thing? I know a lot of the Terraria bosses have like spawn conditions. Is there an actual wall of flesh in the Terraria game? No way, I won't throw one of my precious items into lava. A drawing titled Slay the Spire represents a 3-pronged symbol, each with a small sketch. A bag of coins is drawn on the red prong. On the blue one is a sword linked to a key via a short chain. Lastly, the green prong is topped with a red-eyed skull. I really don't get contemporary art, I just don't have the keys to understand it. Nice. There is. Yeah, that's how you all know how much I know about Terraria. We don't need this. Alright, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a quick look at the lore rooms. So you all can see like kind of how nice these are, if they're nice. Maybe that's part of the tier list, is trying to figure out who has the best lore room. Probably not up there, right? Also, big welcome to everyone in the chat right now. You may be a new viewer, a repeat viewer. If you're new, welcome. I'm VeeDotMe. If you're a repeat, welcome back. Those who aren't familiar with how I stream, especially Dead Cells, big emphasis on helping people learn the game, showcasing stuff that you may have never thought of before, things that I never thought of before. Catching bugs. We are also very good at catching bugs here. As well as showcasing the most busted kind of gameplay imaginable. Holy crap. If I were a lore room, I would be here. Dead Cells Fall Guys? That sounds like a pretty good multiplayer version of Dead Cells. If I were a lore room, perhaps I would be here. Which I didn't think so, because this is Toxic Sewer's route. Wait, did I ID the map and didn't get a lore room? No, right? Have we already done it? I assumed you would have gotten one of these every single time that you load in the game. Ow. I guess we gotta make sure our lore rooms are not turned off. It's not. Alright, I mean, it's not bad. We just, we load it back up and try again. Yeah, this isn't a speedrun save necessarily. I try to keep copies of each save in case something goes wrong. Bad luck. RNG to get the actual crossover stuff. That can't be it. Has to be a me issue. I just didn't talk to the little scripture thing fast enough. See, here we go. The faster we talk to the little lore thing, the faster we can get to the drip. This looks pretty good. They're actually really good at their pixel art. The Dead Cells devs, I mean. Then here, a shovel. A really good shovel, as a matter of fact. What a cozy spot. I could sit for just a moment. Now, the only Shovel Knight game I've played is Shovel Knight Dig, which is actually like kind of a good game, just to say that. It's just really hard. I feel like it's harder than Dead Cells. I think I slept for a little... Wait, that wasn't here before. King's Scepter. You charge forward, hitting a target, you bounce into the air spinning. Bouncing on an enemy does critical hits. Huh. So hitting a monster, well, not hitting a monster, does this. And like it kind of launches you forward a little bit. But then when you hit a monster, you get a little launcher. Y'all hear the sound too? That's kind of interesting. I mean, not gonna lie, these are just straight up dying. I know it's 0 BC, but like that crit's kind of satisfying. Now, as I said, I did a little bit of offline work. I'm gonna kind of save it for the tier list that we're gonna do like live on stream today. I just want to find the exit. Yo, Fat Fred, welcome. Can we get some highs in the chat for the homie Fred, new viewer? Oh, let's try the elite. Hollow Knight? Yo, Emerald Key. Wait, is there Pogo in Shovel Knight? Like I said, I play Shovel Knight Dig, and I assume that Dig is like a different game. But do you actually Pogo in regular Shovel Knight? King Knight is my favorite campaign of Shovel Knight. The scepter gives you the king's main attack. So King Knight is a different character. And that's their weapon. Will we get a full showcase of runs with Google Doc? So today, no. I don't know if we need Google Doc. I'm trying to think of what we did last time. Honestly, I'd love to do every single thing that's like legit, like actually fun for this update. Oh, wow. Hotline Miami. Shout out to all my Floridians in the chat. A deep voice comes out of this strange contraption. Wrong number. I don't think I would nod my head at that. Honestly, I'd be pissed. Baseball bat. You were asking me, V, like, what items do you think is missing from Dead Cells? I couldn't give you an answer. Because honestly, I couldn't even think of what we don't have. But now I know it's baseball bat. And you all see the animation? Like, all right, that's gotta be high on the tier list. Try to find the exit. I'm just gonna go to the exit just in case that's how I save it and then restart. You probably don't have to do that, but that's how I like to do it. So we're gonna show you all the lore rooms, and then we're gonna go back, show you all the skins, and do like a little weapon showcase along with it. And then we'll do a little pseudo rating. Oh wow, I got here really fast. A really comfortable looking armchair. Makes you want to kick back, relax, confide to whoever's around, if you have anything to recount, that is. I always like that the character is sort of like, I don't want to say evil, but definitely like not a good character in his own thoughts. A somber and elegant low table. There's a note covered in the words, kill, kill, kill. Not too diversified, but it gives you something to think about, I'm convinced. Yo, we got the butcher blade. Massive wooden desk, it belongs to someone important. An old journal is open on a page titled Zero No, blah blah blah, amnesia, blah blah, secret program, time controlling drugs. When does it get interesting? I mean, honestly, the game was pretty interesting from the very beginning. Wait, what? I would control time too. There was a time where we could do that in Dead Cells, but they took that away because it was really, really, really broken. Do you want spoilers about how to unlock all the new costumes? I already have them all. I did all that this morning. Maidenless hours. Honestly, it's nowhere near as bad as last update. Like last update, I was on Reddit, I was on Tumblr trying to figure out who's got the deets on unlocking this stuff. Nice try, buddy. Nice try. I should probably throw this at some point. Whee. Eat. Oh, wow. Did you all see that animation? That was kind of clean. All right, couple more. V, I'm excited that they're granting me a wish of a Risk of Rain character. Yeah, and it's... Well, we haven't gotten there yet. We'll see what the weapon is. But I was kind of surprised because I had no idea what I would have actually wanted from Risk of Rain 2 at all. There's a little teaser of this weapon. Like, you cannot tell me that that's not kind of clean. Right? Did anyone see that bounce? What's my cam doing? It's like kind of high. Like right about there. Ow. Crap. I just want my lore room. Oh no. You can't tell me that's not legit. You cannot tell me that the devs put that in there by accident. They had to be talking to somebody. Just go down the list. They had to be talking to Vord, Andrew. Definitely not me. Somebody had to have come up with that and said, devs, you gotta put that in the game. Have I seen Buster? No. When does this update come to Switch? I think the tweet says mid-November. But obviously, like, we're at the mercy of the Nintendos, Microsofts, and Sonys of the world. Ooh. This one looks kind of cool. You know, one thing I kind of wish we had? In Dead Cells, I kind of wish we had random chests across the map. And I know we do, but not with, like, weapons in them. Almost like random buffs and debuffs. A strange stone art. I feel like it's talking? Stay alive! Yeah, don't sweat it. Because, like, the character can't die, basically. Yo, magma worm? Can we get a magma worm in Dead Cells? Preferably the shielded one? That explains it. One ominous looking statue. Its eye slowly pulses. It looks like a discharged weapon. Fortunately, this dude is out of commission. Not so powerful now. Huh, take that. And one of those. Ooh, that's kind of satisfying. Y'all hear that? It's a subtle sound, yet it feels good. All right, let's find our exit. Now, is the, ooh. It actually looked for that shielded enemy. Like, that thing went super far. But I'm under the impression that this weapon is the one that belongs to the archer, right? The archer character? Or is that, like, in Risk of Rain 1, Commando has access to this? I think the Wormat killed it. It is Hunters. I was okay at Hunter. I just prefer Commando. Not commando, mercenary. Mercenary is the one with the katana, right? Think we'll get ukulele or Prion accumulator. Is Prion accumulator the like shoulder cannon that charges up and fires the big orb that like hits every enemy on the screen basically? It is? Wow, I'm surprised I actually knew that. We could just keep this. Have I done all the skins yet? Yes, but we aren't gonna do those on stream. Ow? Kinda cool that it multi-bounces. Oh, wow. That basically cleared the hallway. Like, it just had to hit. I mean, that's kind of fun, not gonna lie. Gotta try this versus Giant? El Gigante? What about Modified Giant? 4 hands? That's gotta work, right? Please? Take that. Ooh. Greetings, I am Meow. That really its name? Meow? Reach the city to... Wait, what is this place? You look different. Where are my cards? My cards are in the basement right now. Here, take this prismatic shard deck. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. No idea what that was supposed to mean. Barricade, that's ironclad. Now, again, I know about this because I'm like halfway through my YouTube video. But we're gonna go through as much as I can on this stream. And then we'll kind of rate what we see from the lore room and stuff. All the way up to like how the weapon is. Alright, we have Terraria left. And maybe that's it? Give me one of these. I'll take that too. Oh no. That's too fun. No Hades this round. A lot of people asked for it. But we did not get lucky with the Zagreus. Now, just to be fair, I don't really speedrun Dead Cells. But this is kind of fun. What's that green over your head? I'll get to that soon. Alright, this is Terraria. Looks better than the Terraria I play. Honestly, if we could get a Terraria 2, my god. That looks like this. Oh, whoops, I kind of spammed through that. It was something like... No one should leave a weapon in a monster that's just an easy way to get it stolen. And then, like, you rip the monster open, it falls to the floor. And he's like, I saw this is mine. First claim, first dibs. It was here when I saw it. Now, I don't know if there's like a tier S Terraria weapon. Then again, the only Terraria weapons I know are sticks. Yeah, I want to say that's all of them. And good to see you. I think I saw Blaze get in earlier. Yeah, Blaze, good to see you. How's Worlds? It was fantastic. I actually saw Tasty Steve at Worlds, but I was too chicken to walk up and say hi. Yeah, someone asked what was the middle item. It's Panchaku. All right, that's everybody. Let's go over to my regular save. And then we'll get started with our pseudo tier list kind of deal. Starting off first with Shovel Knight weapon. I'm gonna bring in, what do I want to bring in? I want to bring in this. Ooh, I think I get taunt. Wait, that actually sounds really good. Okay, hear me out. You're gonna like what you see, I promise you. What's World's League of Legends World Champions? It was SKT T1 versus DRX. I think it's Dragon X Gaming. Both Korean teams. North America did not make it out of groups. All right. So we'll start with Shovel Knight. First off, look at the skin. I mean, in terms of the crossover skins, this is kind of clean. Like, the walk animation is good. You get the slams. Yeah, let's pull up the Google Doc. You're right. I think I already have the one from something. I have Queen DLC weapons sheet. Maybe we can borrow this. Make a copy. And call it, what? Crossover stuff. Yo, VP BSA, welcome. Good to watch a stream. Thanks for providing such content. I always appreciate the kind words. King Scepter, right? I guess we'll make this skin. Weapon. We'll yeet this column. We'll yeet all these, as a matter of fact. All right. So, taking a look at the skin. It's pretty good, if I do say so myself. I want to say... Hang on. I want to say, if we do this... Launch me? I think the shovel is different. Just gotta double check. Who were the added characters? Blaze, we're gonna go through every single one right now. First one being Shovel Knight. Ooh, see? The shovel that's equipped is actually different. It changed when my stats upgraded. So you get a little bit of that, the character itself with the skin, and then an upgraded shovel. Is the shovel actually different? I have no idea. Just the icon is. And you know what? That's enough for me. Did I not get a scepter? Wait, my shovel changed back. That's funny. No scepter feels bad. Let's, if I don't get it again, I'm gonna cry. Yarzy, good to see you. Here we go. All right. So you all saw the shovel tech. It's brand new when it changes. So if we go into the Google Doc, I'm thinking, I mean, it looks good. I don't know why it's not at least an A. Oh, let's do all these. Weapon, Well, I'll know when I go in order, so we're gonna just eat the rest of these. You know, what if I did... Hang on, this might be fun. So if I did viewer rating, like if I could combine these, that's a data thing, right? Format, merge. Oh, you are learning Excel for free. People pay for this. Here we go. Merge me. And then you do maybe like weapon and then skin. Shovel Knight. And then crossover. Here we go. All right. So I'm gonna assume that no one is gonna rate the skin above like a double S. I'm gonna start up a poll. And we're gonna do some live voting. Rate Shovel Knight skin. S, A, B, C, D. 3 minutes on the clock. Cast your votes, people. Cast your votes. The devs are gonna need this information to know if it's any good. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna try to showcase the weapon itself in 5BC. Now it's a little different than what you're used to, I will tell you that much. But I promise you, when you see it in action, you're gonna be pogged up. I will tell you right now, you are not invincible when you're in the air. Like, you will 100% get knocked out of the sky. Don't worry about the ironclad thing right now. I can tell you it's not doing anything. What's the crit condition? It's the bounce. Every pogo is a crit. Oops. But hope if I actually land my attack. Just wait until I get the promenade. Is Assault Shield faster? No, I'm using the scepter to go farther when Assault Shield dashes. So like right here, this is the distance that you go normally. Like not quite to the other chain, but if you do the scepter, you actually make it. Keep that in mind when you are ready to vote. It's real. Ignore that ball. The ball has nothing to do with the rating. Did I get no scrolls? Oh my god, I missed both the scrolls. Hey, we may need that. But honestly, once I show you all Promenade, your minds are gonna be blown. Honestly, my entire shtick is to open eyes and open brains every single stream. If I can open at least one brain today, I will consider my job a success. All right, so the viewers are saying that they rate the skin. Let's do, I think I want initiative. They're rating the skin as an A. Oh, thank you for telling me to move Shovel Knight down. Again, ignore the card. The card is not doing anything. All right, but let me show you all how this looks in Prom Day. Oh my god, can I make that? Hang on. Might be legit. No! Oh my god. Wait, it's kind of cracked. Ow. Ignore that. Now keep in mind, I'm missing every scroll. But don't worry about it. I just jumped on that thing's head. Record time! Except I missed that part, but still. Record time for V.Me, 3 minutes? Gotta be a world record. What else do I want to show you all? I gotta think, because there are multiple things I want to touch on. Okay, boss. This is fine, I think. Yeah. How do you do the long assault shield dash? You can do ! dash in the chat. We have a actual tutorial on how it's done. All right, we'll go here. Okay, so the Shovel Knight weapon, as you saw in the biome, looks kind of cool. But what does it do on bosses, V? You know, the biome is only half the game, right? I need to actually kill a boss. Preferably something not easy. Like, Concierge is just a training dummy. Let's see how it looks when I hand the king. Though, to be fair, I probably want an open wound. Either way. So, the concept here is that the weapon itself, and we're gonna do a weapon vote soon after. The weapon itself does the pogo and a crit. Think about Hollow Knight. Oops. You can maintain air superiority. I'm gonna die. They did buff Hand the King, so now he does try to attack people in the air. But you are not invulnerable. Like, he can get you with the up attack if he tries hard enough. See? Can you climb up Mama Tick? I think you go up really high. Ooh. That's kind of cool. So obviously, like, that only does so much. If you combine it with something like little Staffy. Staffy's always attacking. You can maybe taunt. That increases the damage you deal. Oh my god. You can maybe do like Lacerating Aura, so every time you land on him, it does even more damage. And this is just like in the 6 hours or so that I had to practice this for YouTube. Like, this is literally just information that I've gathered thus far. I could come up with something better. So really good in the biome. And then you have sort of the Hollow Knight invincibility, sort of. So long as you have something to attack the boss with. Can you pogo forever with legendary while invincible? Oh yeah, someone asked what's the legendary affix on this. It is invincible while pogo. Oh my god, he's struggling. Wait, I'm struggling. No, don't do it. I don't know if I actually got the pogo off during that attack. I want to say I did. Does it work against Timekeeper? And again, that's just training room. No mutations at all. I assume with that, I would take some like open wounds, leg hugger, or Instincto with like lacerating aura. So that every time I land, like I get a second off my lacerator. Or maybe knife dance, because I'm right on top of the boss anyway. So as you're falling, you just knife dance on the boss's face and then pogo again. But I will tell you that some bosses, like Conjunctivius here, if you don't have knife dance, it's probably a struggle. I'm not gonna do this full boss, I just want to show you all what this looks like in this fight. I was about to say, please don't taunt. Yeah, so see, like I sometimes go to the next platform. Ooh, this is a good spot. Even though I got myself trapped. But from just like a gameplay perspective, it's super fun. Just trying to figure out how to make it like good. Not to say that's bad, but super interesting. Let me put the poll up. Start. Oh, it's not a prediction. Can this thing not kill me? Oh, phaser. Maybe. So, like, you pogo up. I don't know what happens if you phaser onto the boss with the pogo. Maybe that's, like, worth trying. Hang on, this might be actually important. Something like this. Yeah, I like the taunt. It does make things a little more dangerous, though. But remember, when we do the rating, you have to think about the speedrun tech as well as the boss tech. But maybe phaser makes a big difference, so let's try this. Get one of these. Oh my god. Got it. Give me one of these. And then we'll go to, let me check out Timekeeper. Timekeeper moves around a lot, so the phaser might be, like, kind of cool. And it's not as big of a target, either. Okay, so if I phaser mid-pogo, I don't crit. Like, I don't know what side I'm gonna be on. That's sort of interesting. It's like you're de-aggro and then you reappear right after. It's like Reaper. Except I don't think you can E button with Reaper mid-combat. That sounds like an actual death. Ooh, I don't even know where I was. Okay, so you can't hit yourself out of it. Okay, I think I get it. It's a little harder than Nail Pogo because like there's the second piece to it. And I'm pretty sure Nail does more damage, but I think you don't have to maintain it. Like you can do other stuff without holding the down button and spamming square. So let me put the poll up. Remember, there was speedrun tech as well as boss tech. So give me a rating, 3 minutes on the clock. We'll go into the next one. I'm just gonna go down the list. I don't know who's next. If you want to ask the question of me, I apologize. Feel free to ask the question again while we pull up the next stuff. High skill cap weapon? I would say so. But there's some weapons in the game where it's like, maybe you don't have to try that hard. Maybe if I just press square, I win. Generally, we do the rating of the weapon after the showcase. Why now? This is just preempt. This is like for fun, basically. Like this isn't gonna go up as the end all be all. And then again, like every tier list should not be an end all be all. All right, next skin, this is Hotline Miami. The sick bomber jacket. Wait, I have this bomber jacket. Hang on. No lie, I actually own that. Hang on. Make sure we don't leak. How do I do it? Oh, we can do it this way. Do one of these. Fill the cam. Streaming's hard, by the way. Just trying to make sure I don't leak my background info. Alright, never mind. As Buster actually hops into my thing. You're leaking other stuff? What was I leaking? Alright, anyway. The character's wearing the legit Dead Cells bomber jacket. Same thing on the back, too. Pretty good, I think. Shout out to the folks over at Fan Gamer, by the way. Hook yourselves up. It might be sold out though. Might be sold out. All right. So, to be honest, I have never actually played Hotline Miami. But this skin, like before you all do your rating on the skin, and just to let you all know, the rating on the weapon, or Shovel Knight, was also an A. Like, V, I don't really like chickens. I'll be the first one to say it. I know they are probably one of the most useful animals on the planet for the human race. But you put me in the same room as a chicken, I don't know what I'm gonna do, V. I can't trust myself. Ow? I mean, first off, look at the crit. It's not even just for the baseball bat. You get the animation on all crits? Oh my god, like, can I just have that animation? I don't even want the basic one anymore. Oh, I didn't make it up. You may be asking, V, why are you running? Why are you running, V? I will show you. Un momento. Oops. Ignore the head. Hang on. I'm about to hook you up, Leprechaun. Leprechaun, did you watch Worlds this weekend? Were you rooting for SKT or were you part of DRX? All right. So V, freaking chickens, I hate them. Can I, like, not be a chicken? What if I told you you cannot be a chicken? You can opt out and be a horse instead. Remember when horse masks were like a thing on the internet? What happened to that? Was that around when Hotline Miami was released? Oh my god, I'm just gonna die. Never mind, we're fine, we're fine. You can be a horse. You can be a Usu. Oh my god, what's the name of that game? Usu Mono Hime? Is that the name of the game? Someone's got to be a weeb enough to know what I'm talking about. Not much of a League guy, sorry to disappoint. Not being a League guy is never a disappointment. In fact, some people would say that's the best news they've gotten all day. I really, really need to heal. I'm going in circles. I'm dead. Oh. Why they made these tunnels so thin? Excuse me? Just a prank? Oh, is this a dead end? Oh my god, look at them all. Okay, we found the exit. But V, what if I don't like horses? Sells Jack Horseman. Is that even a good, like, TV show? I heard it's basically like a Rick and Morty. And I don't know. I already don't watch Rick and Morty, so. V, what if I don't like horses? What if I want to be a chicken again? I don't want to be a chicken again. Hang on. my bit. It ruined my bit. Like, I had the setup and everything. BoJack Horseman makes you sad? Like, if I'm gonna be sad, I'm just gonna watch Rick and Morty. And be sad that my life is nowhere near as good as Morty's is. Crap. Got the launcher. Okay. Here we go. Surely I will not be a horse or a chicken, and I will be the third thing after setting up the bit. Okay. BoJack Horseman is good. Talks about mental health and effects of fame. Oh, so it has a little bit of 2 IRL for IRL. All right, V. I love owls. I've always wanted to be an owlet. You didn't tell me before. I hate chickens. I hate horses. But you know what? I'll be an owlet all day. So your rating for this skin is multifold. Fold, like no pun intended. Let's put the rating up. What does the detached head look like? Similar to some of the modded skins we've done, where like your head is there, the mascot face doesn't come off, but the snot comes out. Does this change the owl? I highly doubt it. But I can check. Rate the bomber skin. Three minutes. Yeah, if it's multiple ratings, you're gonna have to average it out. The average between an S and 2 A's is almost... Is that like a 0.75 A? Like A plus 0.75? There's no way this changes. Oh, don't forget, it also changes your crit. So not only is it the skin itself, it's the skin and the crit animation. Okay? Don't forget. Hopefully that doesn't change people's votes. Crap, I'm a horse. That's... that sucks. How am I supposed to test the owl this way? Maybe if I walk into a boss, it'll change. I doubt it, though. If it doesn't change, then we're just gonna swap over to the weapon itself. We're on a tight deadline today, people. Extremely tight deadline. Now I'm a chicken. Alright, so the weapon itself... The baseball bat, which is right here. Attacking a stunned or grooted enemy lets you strike frantically, dealing critical damage. And it scales off red and green. Making it possibly like the fastest green weapon in the game, potentially. But only if it does the crit. Now, you don't always have the crit available to you. If you're playing survival, it's really easy. Stun grenade, root grenade. If you're playing tactics, I guess you could use the emergency door. Every down slam I do does a little baby crit. And we're also gonna utilize this new throwing object, which also does it for us. But we don't want to rate it off the thrown object, because that'd be cheating. Like, imagine I was playing survival there. Bear trap Also pretty legit. Good point, good point. Survival weapon. BT dubs. If you're playing Brutality, I honestly don't know what you do. I don't even know. Oh, Boy Axe? Oh my god. I don't know which one I want to try. Oh wait, I forgot that thrown object is survival too. Okay. You got options, people. You got options. Do these have legendaries? Yes, each one of them does. We'll probably get to that to the end. So you kind of see like how it could work in biomes, especially on survival. And to be fair, you don't really have to run Brutality skills to make it work. You could play whatever you want. Yo, Cat King, good to see you. Let's bring in this, and this. And we'll check out some bosses. Kill rhythm. That's assuming you want to like press the Boy Axe button again and not leave it in the enemy. I'm not saying that's not right. I just don't know if I want to do that because it's pretty fast. The bat is, that is. It will make your next Boy Axe faster. Like after you kill the enemy, the next like launched Boy Axe should be fairly quick. I'm not opposed. This seems really strong. Like just this I have right now does not sound fair on most monsters. Like if Conjunct goes into this trap, it can't win, right? Like what's it supposed to do? Ooh. So there's a little bit of an issue there with Boy Axe on tentacles, and that's always been a thing. It's like if I throw it, see how it kind of stutters? That's not new. Let me try just the Boy Axe on Conjunct. I mean, not every boss can be grooted though. Keep that in mind. What's the crit condition for the bonk? Grooted or stunned enemies. So it's Nutcracker except without the ice. And like it kind of puts you in a like frenzy. Unlike Nutcracker where you can kind of just do the one hit and probably be okay. All can be rooted, not the giant and not Hand of the King. I mean, Hand of the King can be rooted for a little while, but not like a ton. And the servants are sometimes an issue to root as well. Because sometimes they'll just teleport right out of it. But I'm sure it has like some timing to it. Works with slow? No. Stun and Groot only. Heart of Ice works with slow, but we're talking about just stuns and roots for the bonk. Oh, so she actually turns. Okay, so I'm kind of eating a lot here. Not really on purpose. Yeah, it seems like the only issue is that they can turn around. Ooh, that's kind of wonky. But outside of that, it works. She just ate my stun grenade. Get trapped. Get bonked. Okay, we got it, we got it. We understood the assignment. See, with Nutcracker, you just hit them the one time, and then that's it. Yeah, I think, like, right around this phase, they just don't stay still. But I think you all get the idea. Heart of Ice and Instincto stacks? I think it does. And yeah, there were some moments where it was doing the crit but didn't give me the frenzy. Why? I have no idea. If it has something to do with the boss specifically, I don't know. But overall, like, as long as you're playing survival, you have really good root and stun options. When you are playing brutality, of course, you can always off-color those items. But there's not a lot of things to take that does a stun or Groot in brutality. So you're just using it off color and then probably bringing in melee mutation. Or open wounds. You can probably stack a ton of pimple poppers just by spamming hits with open wounds. Recovery mutation may just let you power through everything. I don't know if you could do that with oh, this is... Let me show you all what we're looking at right now. This is Hotline Miami. I think you all said that the skin is an A. Someone said that Rogathon was up. Was it really up? Like instead of the crossover XL? Oh, the skin was an S. My bad, my bad. No. Okay, so now we're gonna rate the weapon. So what you all saw was mostly survival stuff, because to be perfectly honest, I don't know what I would do as brutality. Except off-color, stun grenade, and maybe root grenade. S, A, B, C, D. We're not doing anything over S right now. Victim bleed and poison would be busted on bat. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you could do something like Wolf Trap plus Cleaver. Like toss them both down at the same time and then use open wounds with like maybe melee mutation or something else. And that could be kind of fun. And if you ever get a colorless Wolf Trap, that's probably a high tier build. Probably. All right, poll is up. Cash your votes, people. Poison card. We're not there yet. A lot of people probably don't know what the cards do, but we will certainly help out everyone in the chat as soon as we get to it. Which they allow projectile parry? Does it do that in Hotline Miami? Maybe save that for the Gunfire Reborn, not Gunfire Reborn, Into the Gungeon crossover in 2024. Crap, I need a new skin. Yo, Dragon Master, good to see you. Why am I doing normal dodge rolls? All right, 0. Which means I need katana. This. Turn these. Well, I'll turn this and this off. Because we may want to see the baseball bat. Hang on, hang on. There we go. I could have turned on the music too, it would have been perfect. The third hit in the combo reflects bombs. In Hotline Miami? Yeah, I'm sorry, Meat Man. Missed opportunity. Okay, so first off, here's the skin. 15, I guess his name is. Kinda sick looking, kinda sick. Has a built-in sheath. We don't know what he's packing in there. His actual weapon, because we already have a katana in Dead Cells, is this thing. Throwable object. Stuns any enemy it hits. Recharge 1 ammo every time you kill an enemy. As you see, you have no ammo when you start off with this weapon. You may say, V, no ammo, kinda bad. How I play game with no ammo? It's like Call of Duty. V, how do I play game if I can't shoot? As soon as you get ammo, however, you can start yeeting stuff. The yeet is 1,000 damage. It's stronger than the katana's crit. Oh my god, I can't actually land it. Everything's so short. Oh, I have hold to attack. So yeah. You get a stun. And then from there, you're able to pop off, hopefully. This better? That's level 6? Why did a level 6 weapon drop in prison depth of quarters? Does ammo mutation work? I mean, it says ammo plus 3, so seems like that's the case. But anyway, we're going too far ahead. We gotta talk about the skin itself before we talk about the thing. The skin changes the katana animation. And it's kinda hot. Kinda hypey. I didn't know I wanted that. Crap. I mean, it looks clean. Just to say that. Very flashy. How do you unlock this skin? Cover your ears for anyone who doesn't want the leak. I'll tell you when to come back. I'll do a hand animation. This is come back. But the unlock condition is to kill enemies without taking damage with the crit slash. The only thing I don't know is like what happens if you kill an enemy with another weapon besides the katana. So like if it breaks your streak or anything like that. So I would say just keep doing this on enemies until you unlock the skin. The number makes it look like it's 15, but I can tell you I was cursed and I counted it and I took longer than 15. It was like 18. Oh. So yeah, I don't think there's, no. I think there is something else to show on the skin. So if you go through a teleporter... No, maybe not, maybe not. Hang on. Hold. There's one more piece of drip before we do our vote. This stuff you didn't know you wanted in Dead Cells. Let's go through here. Maybe this is what does it. Did you see it? Did you catch it? Type Y in the chat if you saw it. Type N in the chat if V. I was sipping my Mountain Dew Baja Blast I got from Taco Bell. I didn't see anything. Okay, yeah, put the Baja Blast down. I'm gonna show you one more time. Here we go, here we go. Do the transition. Wait for it. That. Now, I kind of would have liked to have it everywhere. Like, maybe not just stage transitions. I kind of want to get the full mental whatever every single time. Is there a different death animation when you die? I have continue mode on. Let's find out. I didn't know. Looks like the character still spins. What if you have continue mode? Does it do the thing again? I don't know. I kind of like it. But looks like for the most part, if you die, it's probably the same. Oh my god, my dude's laid out. Was the cross animation new? Different animation if you're low on HP? How do I get low on HP in Dead Cells? That's new for me. We haven't done Terraria yet. Lava bath? And we're already here. Just F me up. Alright, I'm low, I'm low. Holding my heart. Like the boomer I am. I'm big hurt. Alright, let's rate this skin. Not bad, not bad. View results. S rank for the baseball bat. Holy crap. Alright. Rate Katana 0 skin. Someone said that it looks a little out of place, like the human character. But then other people are saying that they really like the animations and stuff like that. So definitely cast your votes. Remember, it's both the slash itself, both the, not teleporter, but like the stage transition. It's all of that. In the meantime, let's talk about this weapon. So this is thrown object, you yeet stuff. Strong enough to kill a rat. Rat gamers. But you don't get ammo unless you kill the target. It can be blocked, as you see. We don't have anything like this in Dead Cells, really. It's like really fast too. And it stuns. So if you're rocking a nutcracker or baseball bat, you can get the crits, I assume you can do kill rhythm with this to make your weapon even faster, because the thrown object by itself is gonna enhance your other thing. Do you still get ammo if thrown object is in the backpack? Excellent question. Let's say, for example, you're going up against a boss, not a lot of things to kill. This almost makes me want like a mutation that just straight up buffs the damage on your next alternate attack, rather than like the same attack. Will 0 ammo kill rhythm work? I think that's kind of hard to test. Oh, I gotta get rid of all the ammo. Alright. Look how fast that is. Alright, give me one of these. Get our HP back for testing purposes only. Testing purposes. Is there max ammo? This one has only 3 bullets, but in the showcase version of the skin, we had 5 bullets, maybe 6 bullets. We had ammo plus 3. All right, so in the backpack, see if we get our ammo back. Yo, A rank on Katana Zero skin, I like it. You do not get your ammo back. Just to say that. Wait, I did. I have 2 ammo now. Interesting. Sit down. Sit down. I mean, with the baseball bat, it's like really good. Nutcracker with kill rhythm. Infinite ammo with acrobatic pack. Okay, we'll test that after. Say with something like quick bow, so that way you can stop the monster and then load in bullets. That'd be interesting. Thank you for that hydration, by the way. Hanzo? You mean Genji? Quick question for all my Overwatch people in the chat. Is Genji not evil? Like, I saw someone posted a meme today of Genji plus whatever the new, like, Kisune girl is. And I thought for sure that Genji was, like, evil and Hanzo was, like, after Genji. But in the meme, like, they were all just pals. They were all just buddy-buddy. Wait, Hanzo's the evil one? Let's test bow. I think you all get the idea of the thrown object on melee. Makes a lot of sense. Give me... Even lightning bolt wouldn't be half bad. But this is like fairly weak, or bow and endless quiver. That's actually worse, so let's do that instead. So the concept here is we're going to backpack this thing. First off, see if we even have ammo without it. Will this be posted on YouTube? I hope so. That's what we did for the last crossover, was a like fake tier list. And we're hoping to do the same this go round. Diverse deck doesn't show up in shops. Zagreus, like, we're not there yet, but I'm gonna give you I guess a little bit of help on it. Food shops should have it 100%. And then if you turn off merchandise categories, I think it is, that should help too. But food shops is where you will, like, 9 times out of 10 find it. Okay, so we kind of have to bum rush here. I don't really want to fight this stuff. Oh, I just aggroed everything. Love that. Nice box. See ya, nerd. Thank you for answering questions about Overwatch 2, by the way, everybody. Lord knows I won't know the answer. All right. Oh, I guess I could have just gone to training room, right? I didn't have to do this in a biome. After all these years, this is like my first time kind of forgetting that training room was a thing. Okay, Acrobatic Pack. Send us through. So the test was V, okay. Melee version of the thrown objects looks legit. I'm on board, 100%. What about the ranged option? Does it work in the backpack? Answer's yes. You saw me throw a glow stick? Wait, did I get the ammo back? It regenerates ammo. Really? Is that an oversight? I'm not even killing anything. Does it crit? It do. It do be critting though. So again, you pair this with something like Quick Bow that really like cannot keep a monster at bay. Might be interesting. I guess this thing kind of like stuns by itself. Backpack automatically regens ammo? Seems unintended. So can I get a, it's a good way to do this. Let me get a U in the chat if unintended. This should definitely not regenerate ammo. Or I in the chat if this is 100% accurate. V, if this doesn't regenerate, you're actually gonna lose. Let me show you all how to actually play this weapon. You get the idea, you get the idea. So, a mobile 3 ammo stun, not really grenade, is like a stun dart. Like throwing in the movie Ace Ventura, not Pet Detective, the second one. Throw the dart, goes into Jim Carrey's neck, and he goes like kinda limp. Same idea, same idea. Only lasts for a second, has a ton of damage, it can kill a rat all on its own. Rat gamers, you know how much we like those. Oh, you all said the skin was an A. Oh, we gotta go for bosses. Yes, the Rhino Birth one. When Nature Calls, that's the movie. So not gonna lie. On bosses, there's not a lot you can do. Can you have short pierce? I don't think it could get pierce. We went through multiple, and so far we have not seen pierce on the thrown object. Never mind. It It can pierce the first target. I didn't know that. Alright, but bosses. V, what if I don't have ammo on the boss? What do I do? Give me one of these? Buddy, I don't know what to tell you. So what can you actually stun? Zero ammo kill rhythm? I just don't know. Unless I hold the button or something? Yeah, it only does it the one time. Unlike other stuff where it like throws out multiple times, like an ice shard. And not ice shard, I forgot what we were doing that with. I feel like it was Boy Axe, but I don't know if that's completely true. Can you sacrifice Mushroom Boy to get ammo? That'd be kind of funny. Oh my god, my eyes. Wait, that that stung a little bit. Alright, so you're up against a boss like Conjunctivius. You got no ammo. What do? You cry. I actually don't have anything to help you out. I'm sorry. How do you get your ammo back? You pray that the boss have ads. Oops. So right here, we got tentacle action. Hot tentacles in your area, just waiting to get bonked. And now I have ammo. And now we're happy. Not a lot of ammo. But almost enough to go one phase. Like into the next ad phase. That's what I meant to say. Ah, crap. I missed the timing. Crap. Let's try to hold all of our ammo. Try to get to 3 and see if I can kill Conjunct just off that. Dang. I think it works. But what other boss has ads in it? Does anyone know? Like, who else can I do that with? It doesn't work on Mama Tick for like the eyeball. I already tried it this morning. I didn't mean to do that. Hand the King has ads, but Hand the King can't be stunned. Oh my god, my eyeballs. Scarecrow. True. Spoiler. Giant's hands? Wait, maybe I have to try all these. But Giant can't be stunned either. So it's more so it's just a bomb, I guess. I mean, it's fairly strong. Remind me to turn up the volume on that bruh emote.
No. Look at that image.
Yo, Haddock's Rills, welcome. Happy to have you here. I didn't mean to go into that fight. So you all said Hand of the King, obviously that has ads, but he cannot be stunned. But then again, it's just like a bullet, which is fine. The Giant, that I'm really interested in. Giant's Fist can't be stunned or grooted. Giant's Eye is auto-stunned. No ammo. Mega Mine, no ammo. Wait, the third hit does a little baseball bat sound. Like a little crack. No, we ain't getting jack squat. Almost there. Okay, no crits. Crap. Okay, maybe stun grenade works on the eyeball. Wait, can I just float? What do y'all think about that flotation? That's kind of sick. Look at that. My boy got a 2 feet vertical, but doesn't actually land ever. Oh. But no ammo yet. So I still can't throw the actual thrown objects. Which means that the fists don't actually count. Hand the king, it works. Flotation has to be above. Intended. You in the chat. Intended. No, I. I already messed it up. Scarecrow can't be stunned. So I feel like even though it works here, it should not be very good. So when you all do the tier list rating, remember this in the biome. And then remember this on Conjunctivious, Giant, Scarecrow, Hand of King. See, no stun there from stun grenade. Wait, do these count? Ow! Get bonked. That doesn't count. Get bonked. Here we go. Oh, we're farming. Take that. It does more damage than my basic attack. Oh, it kinda forced the boss to stutter a little bit. Wow, I wasn't in range. That's funny. It's not nothing. But obviously you'd rather have other stuff, I think. But it's not gonna get you killed in the biome. Or in the boss, rather. Okay. Backpack it when you get to the boss with a shield. Absolutely. You could maybe do Armadillo Pack for the backpack for biomes. And then when you're in the boss, you don't really reset the armadillo, but you just aren't using it anymore because you didn't really need it. Maybe that's the idea. Bat stuns. Scarecrow does not get stunned. Yeah, that's... Really, it's just the root there. But either way, you all have to do the rating. It's not me who decides. Not yet. Rate the thrown stuff. S, A, B, C, D. Cast your votes, people. Does Ripper or Barb tips work? Let's find out. We just need something I can't outright kill. Hopefully this doesn't influence anyone's vote. So Barb tips. And then I need like a weak melee. Okay, so let's assume that you aren't gonna be ripping these out. We need a little bit of ammo. That's one. Yeet. Does not work with Barb tips because it doesn't actually get stuck, which means I will assume Ripper does not work. Ammo mutation does work, so you can get a lot. I don't know if you need all of it, but I mean, I don't know because this just came out today. But it's definitely an excellent idea. Yeah, so if the stuff doesn't get stuck, we assume that it doesn't actually work. Does drop parting gift if it kills. So like if you kill a rat, then you'll get parting gift bomb, which is kind of interesting. Either way, cast your votes, people. Let's go to the next. There's a lot of these. Holy crap. Can I get an exclamation point uptime in the chat, please? Give us some idea of where we stand. After this showcase, we gotta do Soulstone Survivors. Yo, Joker. 10
Cheers
months.
from MN, clinking beer mugs.
2 more, and you will have a full-blown year. Definitely can't wait for that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wait, it's already been over 2 hours? Well, like, the first 20 minutes is, words on stream. Alright, Commando skin. Look at it. In all its glory. This, honestly, it looks like it could have been ripped straight out of Risk of Rain. Like, if you told me, V, I actually think the devs stole this from the other developer, Hoopu Games, or Hopu Games, whatever it is, I would probably believe you. That looks extremely good, just to say that. Like, not to flame, I feel like it looks better than the Katana Zero skin. The weapon itself... See, I feel like it's better to do it in the biome. Because it's sometimes hard to measure how good weapons are in training room. Let's not get the star. Alright, so Risk of Rain... Oh, we aren't doing weapon yet. Just a skin, just a skin. So looking good. I want to say that this skin has a little bit of that extra sauce on it. Does the helm grow if you have crits enabled? I don't think I have a weapon turned on that can do that, but we'll turn on Flawless, I think. Okay, I actually think we're already set up. Okay, so as I said, you wanted the #1 with no pickle, but you gotta get a little extra sauce on it. You didn't know they had the menu in the back. But the animations are clean. It doesn't even do like the fade out. It's as if you're going through the portal heading into the blue shop. I don't know the name of it. The area between or something. They did it. They did what you thought was impossible. Please. I'm trying to do a showcase, please. Does the head light up? Oh my god. Pretty easy way to check. We just do one of these. Launch me. Remember, this information, the devs might see it. The devs may see your vote and say, oh crap, they like our stuff? Let's do another one. Is my head on fire? Now, I don't think it's supposed to do that. But if you would tell me, V, if I'm using something in Risk of Rain that increases my crit rate, let's say I'm at 12 daggers, no, glasses. I have 12 pairs of glasses on. Yes, the character's head glows with fire. I don't have any reason to not believe you. Ten glasses, any more than 10 is suboptimal. Thank you for letting me know, Rock Boy. All right. So crits, and then when we get hit, We don't glow anymore. Wait, it kind of looked like my character... It looked like my character stopped glowing and then did like an animation. Did you all see that? Or am I tripping? Launch head. Yeah, nothing really for that. I don't think this was a V's tripping moment. I think I saw it. So watch when I get hit. I have crits enabled. My head's glowing. And when I get hit, it does like a little lightning bolt. Okay, never mind. I think I was tripping. all right, fair. I like what I see though. It's got exactly what you need. Teleport and glow. Any more than that is, as someone said in the chat, suboptimal. Let's start the poll on the weapon itself. Rate the commando skin. So not only does it have, like, honestly, a ripped skin straight from the game, it has a teleport animation as well. Let me show you the animation one more time. And obviously you teleport a lot in Dead Cells, so it also does a little bit of eye care. You don't have all the flashes, all the blue light going into your cornea. It's a very clean transition. Can you check the first two skins for crits? I can go back and do that at some point. Trying to get Buster situated. So now we have to talk about the weapon. So what does the weapon do? Bounces on nearby targets, dealing more and more damage each time. Crits after 2 bounces. All right, here's a rat. Okay, so it killed the rat, did a little bit of baby damage on the Rampager. Okay, killed the Inquisitor, did half to a whatchamacallit. Wait, I didn't even see that thing was there and I hit it. I wonder what the aggro range is. Okay, it didn't go backward. It can be blocked. It kills. So long as it does the crit, it can kill. When it doesn't crit, you're a little sad. Does not go to other platforms. It's kind of fun. What's legendaries? We'll go through all the legendaries after. I think this one might be bonus ammo or something. Wait, I'm hitting enemies off the screen. That's super interesting. So not only does it let you fish for monsters, if the monsters are stacked on each other, it just makes it worse for them. Now, if you only have one monster, I wonder what's like a good weapon to pair with this. What do you all think? If I have one monster that I'm fighting, should I have another weapon for single target? Like this, well, it's gonna bounce. Like this. Like if you don't like doing this, oh, a regular boomerang? You're not wrong. Or maybe you could like backpack a regular boomerang. A little bit of lag. Yeah, so like if you have the Oven Knight, obviously it's gonna take a little while to kill this way. It has a little bit of wind up to it too. I didn't realize this weapon is sub brutality. That's interesting. Oh, you all gave this thing an S for the skin? Holy crap. We still have to do Slay the Spire and Terraria too. Don't let me forget. Alright, let's check out the boss. Some people are saying networking with this. We don't have networking tech just right out the bat. I don't even have like an actual networking thing turned on. But let me show you all the capability versus the giant. Now assume that every other boss is not like the giant. You only have the one thing that you can attack, which is why you need that single target weapon along with it. Remember, this is training room. No skills, no mutations. Oh, you can actually use this a lot more than I thought. Okay, so it's actually kind of good at killing the fists. But again, you need single target DPS here. Which maybe you use it with a melee weapon. I didn't think about that until now. So if I use, say, Shrapnel Axe or Flamethrower, or Fire Blast, I should say. Like, that's not half bad. Oh, does my head stop glowing when I die? It looked like I turned yellow. Bummer that it doesn't bounce on the eye. Let me think. Okay. Let's custom mode. We're gonna add something with ammo. Hokuto's bow. Only 2 bullets, but that should be more than enough. Do you try it on servants? I can. I can tell you all, I've done a little bit this morning. So like, I'm going through the motions. I kind of know what some of this is gonna be like. And I kind of want to hop straight into here. Because like, this is gonna kind of like be a little more telling compared to like some of the stuff we've seen. And maybe this is gonna be like a little better for you to see. Obviously this isn't basic Dead Cells. You still have to figure out what to do on a single boss, which I think may be a melee weapon or like Fire Blast. Kind of hoping for like the ice bow, maybe. It's gonna blow through this. Okay. So we got Concierge, which is like an example of a bad boss. Did I say Concierge? I meant Conjunctivius. But it does work on the tentacles. So all you have to do is get through this portion of the fight. Or maybe I just stay down here. Oops. It actually tries to send it to the boss. See, like it actually hit the boss when it came down. If you're fighting basic Conjunctivius, you would at least have a little bit during the ad phase. That wasn't half bad. Oh wow, phaser works? I didn't know that. Huh. That looked kind of good. The tracking on this boomerang is kind of sick. I didn't mean to bring out the owl. It definitely takes a little bit of bullets. Please give me giant after this, please. How are all the new items? So far, nothing's gotten below an A from the viewers. Gotta say, wait for it to come down. And to be fair, the tentacles actually cause the boss to take damage. Which I kinda like. Wow, that bounce. Takes a little while, but I'm hoping you all get the idea. Oh, I missed! Sick? Yeah, right now all I'm looking for are bounces. Like if I get tagged by a tentacle, I don't care that much. Alright, now I have to see Giant after this. If we don't get Giant, I'm gonna be super sad. And we can even try to get the networking. V, are these new items with a new update or modded items? This is official right here. You can do exclamation point patch, I believe. We're not gonna get Giant. There's no way. We didn't get Giant. Shuriken work with the boomerang? It should. Just as well as the bow that I picked up. Oh, there's ads here. Crap, I should have done disengage. If I have the owl to get me through. Wait, I bounced off of these? Does that work? I mean, to be fair, I missed every attack. Crap. Oh my god, I needed disengage. I kind of ran a little too fast. My bad, everybody. But yeah, I was bouncing off the actual mushroom pads, which is interesting. So against, maybe I should have just gone to regular Scarecrow. Because like we don't want to rate it just off of boss rush. We should be rating it off of a regular game of Dead Cells. But what I can say is that versus the modified stuff, when there's an ad, it actually does what it is expected to do. It's really good. We're gonna check out Scarecrow. And then maybe Servants. And then we should be good after that. Let's do that. Make it like somewhat official. V, I gotta see what it's like in real life. Scarecrow. Because if it bounces off the actual things, I think it's pretty good. What's that thing on RT? That's possibly the next skill we're gonna rate. And trust me, I will go all through that one. Maybe I should have tried to bounce off those. See, single target, not good, not good. Okay, here we go. Give me the bounces. I'm missing every bounce. Why'd you go for that? You don't have control over the bounces, by the way. If you haven't been able to tell. This thing... Here we go. Okay, that was kind of decent. So pray that you get Scarecrow and Giant and just not Timekeeper. Not Hand the King. We gotta look for servants. The issue with the servants is that they don't really stick around. Ooh, that wasn't that bad. They don't really stick around all that much. So when one comes down, you can maybe throw the Shuriken and get in some good damage. Wow. But like, all throughout that time when they're by themselves, you don't really get the same result. That's, I'm telling you right now, that's probably like the only issue I have. It is probably like a little lacking on certain bosses. So this is our last one, and then we will do the actual voting. So far, you all have said that the skin itself is S tier. It's a good sign. Just waiting out like 5 seconds, I think an ad popped up. All right. So to show you all what this looks like, I guess I probably could have done networking here. So we have 2. We do get the crits. It has a little bit of trouble getting to her. Yo, clicks.
Wow, new update.
I'm happy you're excited. Hopefully that was a sound of excitement. Yeah, so Cleo like deletes the bullet. Like, I have no one to bounce off of until they both show up. And when they show up, it's actually not half bad. I was ducking! Okay. You all get the idea. It's basically that. Obviously, I don't have skills. You're probably not doing the best damage with just the boomerang itself. You need to think holistically. Everything involved is how you're getting the kill. Do this super quickly. Let's see if there's any difference here. The helmet did lose the glow on touch. On death. Thank you, thank you. I thought I saw that when we went into the lava, so it's nice to have the confirmation. Excuse me? I'm busy, I'm busy. Oh no. There we go. I only have 2 bullets. Interesting, the barb tips. Is that from the door? I mean, that's kind of fun, not gonna lie. See, but I'm not like locked onto anybody. Obviously, when you're in 5BC and you have all the affixes, like, it's gonna be better. I think you all get the idea, right? And if I just had, like, something else to attack the eyeball, we'd be in excellent shape, I feel. Like, superb shape. But cast your vote. We are now rate the whatever this is called. Laser glaive. Ah, yes. That's exactly what I thought it was. Secondary weapon for the eye would be nuts for giant. And maybe you like backpack that? I just gotta figure out what it is. Or maybe, yeah, maybe you backpack the boomerang. Because all you have to do is do one dodge roll and then the boomerang comes out and it does good damage on its own. You don't have to main hand it, you can still do networking. Maybe that's an idea. But cash your rating. We gotta move on because we have a thick docket today. We don't need to restart. And this one coming up might be the most important one of them all. V, this game right here, this is the best game for this crossover. I never knew that I wanted this in Dead Cells. Data mining would be really meta? Is that what that said? People didn't data mine Terraria, did they? What is this, World of Warcraft? We got competitive Terraria now? Oh, we gotta rate the skin first, before we do anything. We gotta rate the skin. I would say it's kind of horrifying. Like, I know someone said earlier that the Katana Zero one might be a little out of place. This one, if I saw this walking down the street, I think I gotta pull out. I think I gotta be packing. I need to be in an open carry state to make sure that I'm not getting destroyed or something. This is nightmare fuel. This is a night terror. This is when you go to bed and you can't move, you open your eyes, you see this thing at the edge of your bed. No. I don't think I have the weapon. What even is it? This is Terraria. Now, to be fair, hang on, to be fair, let's look at what Terraria actually looks like. So, not to be toxic, I'm just saying. Can I get Largo? Largo? Tools? Largo? Maybe this. Alright, so this is what Terraria actually looks like. Oh my god, I can't actually expand the image. Anyway, you get the idea. Like, how do you translate this into Dead Cells? You may say, V, I'm not on board with this skin, but could you have ever been on board with the skin when this is what you're working on? I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but I'm just putting that out there when it comes to doing the rating. I don't think the character does anything special. Like, weapon-wise, I believe everything's the same, and I don't think it has anything special for, like, phase transitions either. Thank you for rating, by the way. You all gave the laser glaive a B. Our first B. B for boomerang, except it's a laser glaive. Yeah, I don't think that this skin does anything else special. It's just horrifying. And I said the same thing about Skull the Hero Slayer. Like, that was also nightmare fuel skin, but eventually it kind of growed on me, just to say that. Okay, we need this. Star Fury. You like Skull too? It took a little while, but eventually I came around. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the rating up for this skin. Even like the blob going into it, kind of nasty. So this skin is called Familiar Skin. If someone happens to know if it does something special, definitely let me know, but I'm fairly confident it does not. We'll have to get the devs to let us know. Now, as for the weapon has like two things going for it. That's this thing here. Star Fury. Successful attacks also create a falling star that strikes another target if possible, dealing critical damage. The attack itself, again, don't forget what Terraria looks like. Terraria looks like this. So when people attack in Terraria, it's like T-pose. It's just this thing. So they tried to do that in Dead Cells to the best of their degree. And I want to say, like, it's probably the best it could have been without making it look god-awful. It's kind of fast, too. And it hits above you. We always want weapons that hit above you, right? The attack itself... can you just hold to attack? Yeah, I'm doing hold to attack right now. But I have that enabled. You would probably have to enable it manually. The weapon itself, every time you slash, a star comes down from the sky. If there's another target, I said if there's another target, oh my god, it will attack the other target, even if your target dies. If there's no target, it just attacks the enemy right in front of you. Which is good because it could have not done that, which would have been terrible. Very good at killing rats. Also, the bullet itself, I believe, is ranged. So it's actually buffed on point blank and parting gift. I believe. Let me fact check that. Worst Queen's Blade. So the advantage here is that it hits stuff that's not technically in range of you. Parting Gift Bomb. And now each thingy does 50 damage instead of just the 45 damage. Now, when the monsters are giga stacked like this, sure, it would make sense that Queen's Blade kinda does that, right? But let's take it into a boss fight. And obviously when you're going through biomes, and like I said, it's almost better to show it in a biome than show it here. Because like V, sure, you have like a square with enemies just standing next to each other. Of course I'm gonna be able to hit it. Wow, Familiar Skin got the lowest for the ranking, which maybe doesn't have anything to do with the Dead Cells portion. Maybe it has everything to do with Terraria is a terrible game. If the stars can pierce, I don't know. It's a good question. Crap. Oh my god, I didn't mean to do that. Hang on, everybody. Hold up. AV, been a while since you played Dead Cells. What's in the new update? We have gone through 5, I think, crossover characters. We have one more to go after this one that we're looking at. Slay the Spire is up next, but we've looked at Katana Zero, Hotline Miami. This is Terraria right now. We've seen Risk of Rain, and there are probably others that I have forgotten. So yeah, I'm also kind of killing these before the bullet actually lands. But it's just like chop, chop, chop. And if I had Parting Gift, I can't even get to the other bats. Like, it's just killing monsters I'm not even targeting. Like, I'm not even on this platform yet. Like that? Do you have the night skin yet? Yes, we have all the skins. It killed the rat below me. Huh. What do y'all think about that? I'm not even there yet, and if I had Parting Gift, it would be like nuking the entire board, I feel. And maybe you could do Tranquilo? Only issue is like you don't get buffed until the monster you're fighting dies. I just hit that Inquisitor and I'm nowhere near it. I don't know what the RNG is, if it's RNG, what the trajectory is. I don't know who determines what gets shot with this thing. Yeah, thank you for answering each other's questions, by the way. Definitely helps me out. Helps each other out. Helps build a community of satisfied viewers. Freeze on kill is necessary. But there's a lot of other stuff, like enemies' remains explode or fire on death. Ow. Don't just stand there, V, please. It didn't hit the pay door. Oh my god, I wasn't watching. Is that a bug? Should it hit the curse door? Yeah, if I had point blank, all of these would get buffed. Trying to find the exit. Preferably not Promenade. I'm down like one scroll. But I want to show you all what this looks like with Parting Gift. And then after that, we'll go into a boss. And then after that, we'll do the final skin. And then after that, we next game it. And this is only assuming that Parting Gift is like the best option. Imagine if Star Wrath were in the game. I don't know what that is, unfortunately. Kinda wish a Terraria boss was in this game. Yo, if you check Terraria's Twitter account, they just announced that they are doing a crossover in 2023. We don't know if that means that like Dead Cells is doing the same, because if you think about Don't Starve Together, they did that for Don't Starve Together. It's like I'm just watching the monster's face. Star Wrath is Star Fury, but better. Good to know, good to know. We just started playing Terraria. Player, how easy it is for me to get a Star Wrath. Can I get one tonight? Or no? Okay, that one scroll I'm missing is kind of getting felt. Post final boss. That's post uninstall. What's the legendary on this? We'll check the legendaries right after we do Slay the Spire. Yeah, this is probably not the best map for this. I would say Toxic Sewers probably better if you had an option. Ooh, I think I aggroed that. Okay, I think you all get the idea, right? You attack enemies, stars come from the sky, smite your foe. But V, what about bosses? Sure, I get it. I can kill a rat. Hooray. Yeah, I didn't know I wanted that. On bosses, is it legit? This is now my favorite way to test stuff on bosses. You're trying to get the new weapons, but the lower rooms are not showing up for you. Is the bug? Do you have the actual podium that you talked to in the beginning? You do. So the first time I went through, I did not get a lore room. And then I reset, I went to the podium, I talked to it, but then I exited out of it. Like I held the B button. This was live on stream, this happened. And then the lore room was like in the very next thing. I was also on 0 BC, so try turning down to 0 BC. I don't know if that matters, but maybe it will. All right, let's do point blank. Could probably do a crow's feet as well, but I'm just gonna do support, disengage. Oh. Okay. Now I know this is a little bit of an exaggeration because it is boss rush, but think about regular concierge when you see this and how good or bad it might be against bosses. If it doesn't have 2 enemies, it will hit the target that you're actually working on. Like, I don't know, I feel like that is incredibly entertaining. Ooh. Yo, bless setup. If you're fighting the giant, for example, it would be hitting the other fist. Please. I just want the no hit. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yo, what the dog doing? Okay. Oh, I thought I was gonna get hit by the aura. All right, let little Staffy take care of business. Okay, Staffy, you're taking too long. Yes, the falling star counts as a ranged attack. That is correct. Even though the weapon is melee, it has like the attribute to it. Right? Ooh, let's see if we get a legendary Starfall. Please? Fires twice the pogs? Holy crap. Does it have a star? That's not bad. Is it gonna be Scarecrow? Not Scarecrow, by the way. Did I get disengaged? Yeah, I did. All right. I'm also curious if these actually hit. Ooh. Take it easy. Not any rush. That was weird. It's the dog. He got the dog in him. I'm super dead here. I knew it. There are too many things on the arena to know which way to dodge. You can't have to watch the boss to know which way it's gonna go. Oh my god, my life! Hey, I shouldn't have walked up. I should have let it keep swinging and then fight later. But you all get the idea. So you swing, rocks come down, smite your foe. The rock itself does more damage than your actual sword. Especially if you buff it. But it's also, it's a brutality weapon as well, which is really interesting. So you could go like all in on melee mutation for like stall, while like the bullets are raining from the sky. It's a star that comes down, it looked like a nuke to me. Or a rock. New poll? Rate the star ball. Isn't that the James Bond movie? The Daniel Craig one? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Starfall, right? Stars are a kind of rock? That's advanced astrophysics. Skyfall. That movie confused me. Because like he starts off where he's like drunk or something and everyone hates him except for G, I think her name is. And then like some house is getting burned down and I don't think her name is G. M, thank you. I was gonna say that ain't right. There's like a house that's on fire and M is there and like he's pissed and she's pissed, but now they're like buddy buddy. It's a really weird movie. Okay, last one. And perhaps the most important showcase of them all, perhaps the most confusing one as well. I actually have to equip one more thing for custom mode to make this work. As I said, I did all of this morning. I basically rehearsed the stream this morning. I know I'm not supposed to be doing Dead Cell stuff offline. You gotta not worry about it. It was very important. Oh, I needed one more skill. I think Wolf Trap's still in here. You all are gonna like this one, I think. Like, if this doesn't get a double S, somebody is actually trolling in the chat. All right, so last one, Ironclad. You look at the skin, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Now, am I an Ironclad main or am I a silent main? To be honest, my highest win rate is on defect. So, do I have to have Ironclad in my game? Not really. I would have taken defect. I would have taken the whale. They want to make the whale the skin? Sure, I'll take it. What about Watcher? Does anyone actually play Watcher? Or is she too big brain? You know nothing about Slay the Spire? It's a good game. Like, that one is not one I can really make fun of. I think if you played Risk of Rain, you would actually have fun. I do want to showcase something. I don't know if this actually works or not. Okay. So, did you all see it? Why in the chat if you saw the next level skin? And in the chat at V, I was sipping my Baja Blast again. I'm sorry. It's too good. Nice try, buddy. Yeah, the Baja Blast, it's good. All right. So look at the damage. Look at the numbers. It's like it's lost all over again and you're staring at the numbers. Back in the day, I used to be able to recite them. The skin has custom damage numbers from the actual Slay the Spire game. If you play the game, this is the font they use. Your crits have like a little red doohickey. Non-crits are white. But it goes even further beyond just white and red. Just to say it out loud. Counts total damage? I think it stacks as it normally would. It'd be kind of cool if it did, but I don't know if it did. How am I gonna show this? Maybe we'll cheat a little bit. So if you have poison in the kit, it actually changes the number to a green. Now, my green is a little pastel, so it doesn't look like green at all. But trust me, that's green. And then lightning. Lightning's a little easier to see, maybe. Pastel purple. Hopefully you can actually see what I'm talking about. Definitely don't feel bad if you have no idea. But that, next level. I want to say that's all for the skin. But we do need to actually get into the weapon itself. So let's pull up the poll for the ironclad skin. Oh, what'd you all do for the rating on the weapon? The Starfall. A rank? Okay. We had some S's. Some people did like what they were seeing. Maybe those people have the insight or foresight and just happen to know, okay, this is gonna be a busted item. I already know V has some kind of video prepared. All he has to do is record it. So you all said this was an A? And now we're gonna rate the ironclad. All right, poll is up. 3 minutes on the clock. Remember, you're voting on not only the drip itself, but also the font. You've never seen font before. You've gone to the font website. You've gone to Google Fonts. Honestly, any other font website, I assume, is a scam. Just a way to get your credit card stolen. I only trust those two. And even then, the font has like some stuff that says it's not licensed, but then after a download, they update it the next day saying it's now licensed. A little toxic. Look at the numbers. That's how you know you're doing good damage. You gotta trust the numbers. All right, so let's do the weapon. Now, the weapon has a lot going on. I really don't know how to like rate it. I have some ideas. I'm gonna leave that to you, the viewer, to decide. Yo, Viral, good to see you. I think Silent would have been a good fit for Beheaded. Ask for both of them. Devs, can I give you $5? Get me a Silent skin along with it. Hook me up. Oh. Okay. So first off, yo, Esty, good to see you. Esty is a good friend of the chat. Usually streams early day. We're gonna try out Twitch's new shout out thing to shout out SD89. If you are not following our homie SD, pretend like you can see what I'm doing. I'm clicking SD's name, I'm going to the follow button, and I'm clicking the follow button. I'm already following SD, he can prove it. If you're not following, then you're messing up. Alright, so first off, let me tell you that this skill is automatically colorless. No matter what you have, it will always be colorless, and it has unique item. No matter what you have, even if it's legendary, you can only carry one. Now, what it does next is where it gets a little interesting. The barricade, when you draw it, thinking Yu-Gi-Oh terms, you top deck barricade, you get 20 bonus health. Yo, time to grind. We just shout out SD. We can shout out you as well. TTG Gaming. Good to see you. As always, hope you had a buen stream. Definitely let us know what you were playing today. You can only give one shout out at a time. Please wait a minute. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Right now we're doing a showcase of the barricade. Yes, there is Terraria in there. We did Terraria a little bit earlier. We're on our last one, which is barricade, as well as other stuff. So what this does, it gives you 20 permanent bonus HP. But then with every parry you do, you get 10 additional bonus HP for 15 seconds. Crap, I need to get a skill. I don't know what Buster. Who you be? Let's check out our good friend Concierge. What does it mean by draw? We're gonna get to that in a second. Why do I have 30? I have no idea. It must already assume. Oh, maybe it's scaling? 20% of 100 is not 30. Now I'm at 40. So with every parry, we're getting 10 additional bonus health. I don't know if that scales. If it's like half of your draw number is what you get. But the active component, discard. So the keywords here, remember, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, Legends of Runeterra, couldn't think of the name. Same thing, you have keywords here. Draw is when you initially get the skill. The passive is always active. Discard is when you use it. Remove all your current bonus health, deal damage. So I parry, I pop it, I lose it all, and it takes a chunk. And then you top deck your next card, Catalyst. Passively, your melee attacks apply poison on hit. And then when you discard, which is when you activate it, nearby enemies lose all their damage over time and are dealt that damage. So I hit, poison accumulates, I hit the button, it pops. And now I draw my next card, which is Electrodynamics. Like, V, I'm getting blown away. You opened my brain today. Thank you, V. No problem. Draw a card, create a lightning orb that gravitates around you, dealing 8 damage on impact. Passively, each time you use your other skill, which I have none because I forgot to get another skill, you get another orb. And then you discard, which is activate, to blow up all your orbs. It also does electricity. So it's applying dot as well as doing like a little lacerator. That's always there. 8 damage, not a ton, but if I had 3 of them, it'd be even more. And I pop it, boom, little lightning bolt. Twisted Fate. We didn't see Twisted Fate at Worlds Finals, which is good. Like, obviously, we don't want to see Faker's Rise either. All right, Foresight. Passively, you avoid the first damage source that is dealt to you. So you can stand there and take no damage, but it goes on cooldown for 5 seconds. Might be strong. I don't know. That's for you to decide, not me. Wow, I took damage for some reason. Oh, it's 1 per monster, I think. Okay. It doesn't say that. I think it's 1 time per monster. Okay. When you activate it, though, you get Bubble Tech. It was like, what, 3 seconds of invulnerability? And then you redraw Barricade. You top deck the Barricade again, which gives you the bonus health. All of these are on like a 15-second-ish cooldown. No, it's not. This one's only 5 seconds. But you can rotate through these and it activates Scheme. This one's only 5 seconds too. Let's kill this. The legendary version of this, every single card has a legendary affix, like a special one. That's so funny. I could just stand there.
Welcome. How are we feeling today? How's it going? Welcome everybody. Nice to have
That's
you.
Estes' voice. I didn't know what that was. It's because I clicked to follow him, just like you all should have.
Look at that damn.
Holy crap. Crap. Can you become immune again if you rotate through the skill? Yeah, I just activated it immediately, so let's find out. Only takes 10 seconds to get back. Okay, so we're back. We cannot take another invulnerability. It does seem as though if you rotate through the cards, you are still being tracked per monster. You are not allowed to just ignore it. I just want to show you all what this looks like when you have an actual skill. Versus, this should be busted. This should be honestly kind of horrifying to look at. And you can use Scheme with this. Oh, I couldn't make it through. Remember, every parry is giving you bonus damage. Unless you get hit. So I use that card. Now I have the poison. Pop that. Now I have this. 2 stacks. Pop it. Wrong target, wrong target. Nice try. Oh, I think I was actually invulnerable there. I'm hitting the other fist, which should be invulnerable. Crap, I tried to parry. But I'm still at 100% HP. It's like really funny to me. Oh, the floatate. Like, sometimes I don't even realize that I can float for that long. I like it. The other fist doesn't go invulnerable if it's in an animation. Wow, I got hit just then. Grab, I can't reach it. I'm just flexing the blue HP right now. Though to be fair, like I'm not getting the full benefit. Because like with blue HP, you do extra damage. So again, like it does a lot and it's colorless. You could do this brutality, you could do it tactics, you could do it survival. Doesn't matter. Ooh, that looked really good. Let's try to get 3 stacks. There it is. I like it. Synergy with tonic? Synergy with tonic. Because you get blue HP. You have to be a little low because tonic only gives you like your missing HP worth of number. But that might be worth testing to make sure. Someone may say, V, I can't outright give this a S rank unless you show me tonic. I get it. You want to be informed? I'm here to inform you. Okay, here you go. And then we do the rating for this. And then we should be able to next game it over the Soulstone Survivors. This went a little longer than I expected. Get someone to do an exclamation point uptime for me. Hopefully you all like enjoyed doing this kind of review, I guess. I don't know what you would call this. So if I were to put, oh my bad. If I were to put this up on YouTube, what would you all call this kind of video? It's not quite a tier list, even though we are making fake tiers. It's a little bit of a showcase, but I'm not really going into every enemy as well. Or I'm not doing a full run either. We can do Giant again. Really easy for me to lose a bunch of HP here. First look? Reveal? Not bad, not bad. First impression? I think we've used first impression before. Oh my god. $38? Did it do exactly 38 damage? Wait, I crit for some reason. Why would I crit? Oh wow, I used the card just in time and got blue health for it. $51 damage. It looks like it just does whatever the blue number is. So if I was using like survival with a bunch of max HP stuff, ooh, that was kind of sick. Don't do it. He almost did it, chat. Oh, I wonder. Okay, so I ignored a crystal. Do I ignore both fists separately? Right? This one? I think I do. And I just got hit by the flame from the other one. Oh, my bubble ran out. I'm so sad. I need to get hurt. Okay, here we go. Boom. Pop it. Yeah. All right. Will I re-ignore the fist if I kill it? It seems to not actually die. Because... what did we use? We used the thrown object. Thrown object, like you get ammo back per kill. But technically, the fist doesn't die. So we didn't get ammo back. No matter how many fists I killed. So that's like my indicator of how I think it works. But what my real thinking is that you all have to rate this build. But not really the build, the weapon. So you all said that the skin itself, this is Slay the Spire. You all said that the skin is an S. I like it, I like it. Honestly, those fonts are actually amazing. New poll? Rate the deck. Another 3 minutes on the clock. Poison on hit on any weapon seems to be broken. You can actually use it with Assault Shield. And every time you Assault Dash into enemies, it poisons them. So if you have something like Sata Stiletto, you can Assault Dash in with melee mutation that slows the enemy, and you automatically crit them. I would like to see the defect card paired with Lacerating Aura. Full passive build. That'd be hilarious. You just have to not activate the electrodynamics, I think. But either way, it's still like extremely funny. Am I gonna show the rest of the weapon legendaries? I can do that while you all vote. We need this. We need these. And that's fine. Poison card with legendary snake fangs, just ooh. Because I don't think it only needs your card's poison. I think it works on all poison you apply. And it pops it and deals damage based off the stacks of poison. Is that how Cataclysm works? Is it Cataclysm? No. Catalyst. Is that what Catalyst does in Slay the Spire? I thought Catalyst was the one that does like triple the poison. Okay, so we saw Star Fury. Yeah, Catalyst triples poison, so it's a little different than what's supposed to be. Star Fury, we saw double the bullets, double the pogs. Laser Glaive, pierce all? Why would Laser Glaive pierce? Kind of already does that, which is interesting. How's that work? We'll do that later. But ammo +1? That's kind of good. As I said, the barricade has like 5 different ones, so I'll show you all those. King's Scepter, you're invincible in the air. So remember, I was trying to like dodge around Hand of the King's attack. You don't have to do that with the legendary version. Thrown object, killing an enemy recovers all of your ammo. No, I think it says base munitions, so maybe it only gives you 3. So 1 enemy equals 3 bullets. Baseball bat, killing an enemy with a crit stuns nearby enemies. Nutcracker has a thing that actually roots nearby enemies on kill. But this thing seems to have stun instead. Extremely interesting. And that's all 6, right? Yeah, because we saw Star Fury. I just want to test the boomerang real quick, because it sounds kind of weird. And then I'll go through what all the different things for the card deck does. Stun AoE goes through walls? Wow. Will this be a YouTube vid? Only the rating part, I think. Well then. I kind of like what I saw just then. Is that the Pierce? You're saying the Pierce bounces too? No, it can't be. Oh my god, I need to get... I need to go into boss rush. I feel like that's the only way to really test how, like, destructive it is boss rush. While we're doing that, the barricade, every parry is permanent bonus HP rather than wearing off over 5 seconds. The poison, I lost it. My bad, I was not smart. But I can tell you the poison, if you activate the catalyst, the stacks don't fall off. It just stays there. Just like kind of strong, I feel. Will these be legendary? Oh wow, they are. Damage over time effects are no longer consumed on activation. Might need this. Electrodynamics does not have it? Interesting. It should. What it should do is that you can get up to 5 orbs instead of only 3. Crap, I don't have a skill. I can't even show it. And then the other thing is the invulnerability. Can you use the bat? The bat to do what specifically? Oh, to do the poison? Oh, let's go down here. Whoop. Just because we know we can bounce off the tentacles? It does not like that at all. I don't know, I can't tell if the Pierce is actually doing something that, like, it shouldn't be. Foresight, passive effect cooldown reduced by only 3 seconds. So if you get tagged by something, the Foresight comes back faster. So I assume that each tentacle probably counts separately. So if I just stand here, yeah, I don't take damage. I got scared. You don't think the Pierce is doing anything? Feels bad. Alright, let's try to stack some poison. Of course, it's a little hard to do on a boss that keeps moving. Of course, if I had that stun grenade, that would have been really nice. Please! Just hit it! There we go, that's what we like to see. Ooh! Alright, get me out. It's good. I mean, it's as good as a legendary should be. And then we'll probably like acrobatic pack a boomerang. I think that's probably the best thing to do. Oh my god. Okay. People were asking V, what does it look like on the giant? And I couldn't tell you because all we got was Scarecrow back to back to back. Let's see how it looks here. I ran out of ammo. Interesting that's... Oh, I think because that fist over there is dead. Oh, wow. I completely messed that up. Yeah, so see, there's a fist that's alive. And, like, it will actually bounce off of them? Oh, why do I not have Foresight up? It's like I'm playing actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Why don't I have Foresight up? Yeah, that plus networking. There's a lot of cool things, I think. I'm not even looking at this stuff. It's good. I like it a lot. Let's see what we get. We're not gonna bother with any of the other stuff. Servants. Should have taken disengage. Now these servants stay on the map, right? Unlike the other ones. And we're gonna use Foresight. So this one should actually work. Unlike regular servants. Oh my god. Pink square? They just tweeted that there's a bug with the pink squares. See, they just aren't always together, which is kind of toxic. They're sisters or something. I don't know what the lore is. Crap! My life! Wait, did I have disengage? I thought I didn't have disengage. Okay, my bad. But, like, you get the idea. It's really, really good, assuming that you are paying attention. But as long as, like, when all three of them were together, absolutely blown away. Blown out of the water. Alright, what's the rating for the deck? You all said this was an S tier. Really close. A lot of people said that it might only be an A. Maybe I'm the tiebreaker. Maybe. Let's show what you all have decided upon. This is the final result. Shovel Knight A, Hotline Miami S, Katana Zero A, Risk of Rain average out to be an A, Terraria average out to be a B, Slay the Spire S. What I would say here, V's rating, Shovel Knight, S for speed running. A? Maybe not. No, I think I can make a good build out of this if we try hard enough. Basically, Staffy with, maybe Deck, I think would move it. Hotline Miami, S for sure. You piece of crap. S for sure for the weapon. Skin, I just don't want to be a chicken. S if I'm not chicken. Katana Zero, the weapon, it doesn't work on bosses. I really like the weapon. Like, honestly and truly. But it's a little bit of a struggle here. The skin for Katana Zero, I don't want to be toxic. I'm gonna give it a B. He's a little cubular, I feel. And maybe like the character, it's a pixel game anyway. Maybe he should be kind of cubed. Risk of Rain, weapon. I wanna like it. On bosses, I think you need Boomerang or Fire Blast. But everywhere else, so let's say A, if you can find a good single target. And then the skin, definitely an S. Like, the freaking skin is fantastic. Shovel Knight will give an A. Terraria, the weapon. I really do like the weapon. Oh, my bad. I did this backwards. My bad. I think it's good. Still learning. It's probably like the best tactics melee weapon. Brutality, I don't know if I would play a Brutality. And then the skin for Terraria is nightmare fuel. I don't even know how to rate that. Slay the Spire weapon. I kind of think it's I kind of think it's really good. And you don't have to be in barricade mode. If you're playing any color, let's say you're playing survival, barricade's really good. But if you're not playing survival, I think you just skip the barricade. You just like top deck it and get rid of it, which is fine. It's, if you're playing Brutality, it's a scheme. If you're playing tactics, it's a ranger's gear. Then the skin itself, it's all right. I don't care for Ironclad. I never have. I was always a defect player. Defect would have been S. Make it double S. All right. So that is the rating scale for me. Again, I hope you all enjoyed helping me rate these, because honestly, I can't do it by myself. Streaming's hard. Gaming's hard. Rating things is hard too. So having you all in the audience yelling out what you think the tier is, very, very necessary. But in the meantime, we got next game in. Yo, if you are on console, the devs was saying that this will hopefully be live midway through November. Yo, Low Mortal, happy birthday. Can someone give me an exclamation point birthday in the chat? I think we have that. Yo, 12 months. Where were we 12 months ago? I'm extremely thankful for that. Oh crap, I never bought the next game we're gonna play. What do you all think is your favorite weapon from what you saw tonight? There was a lot of good stuff there. Just shout out in the chat which one you think is your next go-to. Which one do you want to see as the next showcase? B, if you don't showcase the deck right now, unfollow, unsub. We're gonna save that one for YouTube, I think. That feel when you don't buy the game ahead of the stream. Text reader didn't work? My bad. We're gonna have to fix that. I swear it's on, but it must be because I swapped back from the Halloween stuff. Okay, I'm gonna install. Hopefully we don't lose any connectivity. I think the last time I tried to install stuff on Steam, it killed the stream a little bit. Technology, by the way. Yeah, baseball bat seems really, really good. Like, I think I put it in just an S, but I think there's a world where it